Good afternoon. I'm Rocky Capozzi. On behalf of Alaska Public Media and the Alaska Aviation Safety Foundation, welcome to Hangar Flying. Our guest this afternoon is our own Mary O'Connor. Mary is the manager of the Aviation Safety Research Program at the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. We call it NIOSH. Most of the time you'll just hear people refer to NIOSH. Mary's been focused for quite a while now and has recently completed a training DVD for commercial pilots in Alaska, and the subject is preventing fatigue. So Mary, I'd like to focus this whole segment on this DVD that you've produced. And my first question is, focused on pilots in Alaska. So what's different about pilots in Alaska, and how do you achieve that focus?
So our focus is on, in particular, Part 135 pilots, the pilots for commuters and air taxis, because they have conditions for working that are a lot different than most pilots in the lower 48. Typically, they're flying smaller aircraft. They are often flying multiple legs during their day, and as a pilot yourself, you know that takeoffs and particularly landings can be stressful, and that can add to fatigue, as well as the conditions in Alaska with the long hours of daylight in the summer and long hours of darkness in the winter can be especially promoting fatigue.
Certainly. So what's included on your DVD?
So our fatigue prevention CD has 4 modules, and they deal with why sleep is important, the signs and symptoms of fatigue and how to recognize it in yourself and others, how to improve the quality and the quantity of sleep, which will help in preventing fatigue. And then we talk about mitigation as well, and what to do if you absolutely, positively cannot avoid being fatigued.
So is this strictly focused on commercial pilots, or does it have application to the general aviation pilot as well?
It's got application to all pilots and actually all people. One of our reviewers who works in aviation in Alaska asked if it would be all right if we let his daughter, who's a college student, see it, because college students are pretty well known for operating while fatigued. And absolutely, there's information that can benefit anybody.
I see. So where can people view this training, or either get the CD or view the training, which?
So we released it as a downloadable item for people that have internet connections, and we ask that they download it and not try to live stream it from the internet. And they can find that at our website. And if the easiest thing to do is if they just Google NIOSH and aviation, should come right up. And then if they are in an area where it's more convenient to have a hard copy, or they don't get great internet, they can just request a CD, aviation at cdc.gov. Let me know and I can send them a CD as well.
Okay, so you mentioned NIOSH and aviation, but you said this is Alaska specific.
It is.
Did they throw that in the Google search term too?
They can, but they don't have to.
They don't have to, okay.
Our aviation safety program is not strictly Alaskan. We also look at areas of work that involve aviation, such as research into wildland firefighting and oil and gas operations.
Okay.
So if it uses aviation,
Sure.
We've probably done research there.
That makes sense. So I assume that the download is for free. If somebody needs an actual hard DVD, is that also free?
It's all free, absolutely.
Okay.
And I would encourage people just to take a look at it, and if they are interested in more information, we've got references, we've got citations, so that as they would a research article, they can go and see the sources where we got the information. We have links to NTSB accident reports that have involved fatigue. We have information on sleep disorders. We have information on relaxation techniques and links where people might be able to go and find some meditation to help relax if they're having difficulties getting to sleep. So there's a lot of information on it.
You know, so that's interesting. You talked about sleep disturbance, and let me ask 2 quick questions. We've got about a minute left here, but what percentage of accidents Part 135 accidents, do they find fatigue as a contributing factor?
That is really difficult to answer because we don't have a good way to measure fatigue. What the NTSB does in their accident investigations is does a look back, and they'll determine if there were opportunities for a person to be fatigued. But like a blood alcohol
like a
concentration.
24 or 48, 72
hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we can't measure that in a person like we can a blood alcohol concentration.
That makes sense. Well, is there any last thoughts you'd like to leave the audience with?
Just to know that fatigue is not something that you are necessarily going to be able to judge yourself, and the only real cure is sleep.
Okay, you heard it, everybody. Get your sleep, and Mary, thanks for joining us today. We hope to have you back again.
Thanks, Rocky.
Bye-bye.